The Life Journey to E. Chapter 1. The Very Start. In 1973, I was born in the countryside of the northern suburb of Tianjin, now called Beichen District. At that time, most of the countryside babies were delivered at home. The village midwife helped to deliver the babies. Now the children in the urban areas seldom have this treatment. When I was in elementary school, I met the midwife, and it was very interesting to me. This is the lady who delivered me. After I was born, nothing special happened to me according to my memory. I checked with my mother, and she verified this point. If I must find something unusual, there were two things. First, my mother did not have breast milk, and I was fed by thin millet gruel and a little bit milk powder. Milk powder was bought upon coupons, only a small package per week. Before I was 1 month old, I was affected tracheitis. Seeing doctors was for free, and this was said to be one of the advantages of socialist society. However, there was only painkiller and terramycin in the local clinic. While not going to the big hospitals, if your position was not high enough, you would not get descent service there. So you can imagine in the rural area in 1973, the medical conditions were very limited. Directed by my grandmother, I was fed with soup boiled from Chinese cabbage and pears, and then covered with warm quilts to sweat. I was cured in that way. Secondly, my funiculars did not close in time. My mother was very worried. What should we do with this wretched child? After a discussion, my parents decided to feed me with some calcium, small tablets of calcium carbonate with some sweet flavor. I ignorantly regarded those tablets as candies and would eat them stealthily. Therefore, I took the small and sweet tablets for several years, basing on a groundless decision. That I survived to today is an evidence that nature is merciful to all lives. When we were children, on every tomb sweeping festival, we would go to sweep the tombs with the adults. The tomb area was not far away from the village and was built spontaneously by the villagers, different from the commercial public tombs today. When we went tomb sweeping, we would bring articles of tributes and a shovel. We would shovel some earth around the tomb and cover the top of the tomb. The tomb sweeping is accomplished only when the new earth is added. Otherwise, people would doubt that this family has no descendants. My grandfather pointed to the two biggest tombs, telling us that those were the tombs of our ancestors. It was said that 7 or 8 generations before, 3 brothers ran away from a famine-stricken area together. One of them died of hunger during the trip, and the remaining brothers reached Tianjin and expanded the family gradually. When I was in primary school, class origin was very important. My family were originated from poor peasants, which was regarded a very decent background. I felt very confident when filling in all sorts of forms. During my primary school years, I was boringly ordinary as all rural children. However, during the time when everybody strived to be a member of the Little Red Guard, later changed to the Young Pioneers, I was quite resistant. As my study performance was very good, I was also bestowed a red scarf. As a young child, for unknown reason, I had a strong fear of joining an organization. After primary school, I did not join any other organization. I enjoyed lying in the yard in summer nights looking at the shining stars. The air was not polluted as today, and the summer night sky was very beautiful. The children argued about which had a bigger quantity, people on the ground or stars in the sky. Before I went to primary school, I already knew that stars do not exist only in the sky, but also under the earth, and that we were suspended in between. I always felt that there were some familiar places deep in the sky. Later, when the air was more polluted, the familiar feeling faded gradually. Here I just record the facts about me instead of priding myself on being out of the ordinary. After all, every child may have a variety of imaginations.